Welcome gamers to this week's vlog. It's been another extremely busy week for myself. The week started off with a different kind of trophy, more about that in a moment. Also, I've been spending a lot of time in the game room this week, which is not just a game room, it also follows one of my other passions, which is film. And although you can't see it at the moment, over that side of the room, which is extremely messy at the moment, there's a lot of organising and sorting going on. But I'm excited to hopefully get everything completed in the next few weeks, where I'll then be doing a new updated game room tour video. So keep it locked to the channel for that. Also this week I've been doing a lot of cleanup of my backlog. As part of my Ultimate Trophy Hunters Challenge, I have to clean up 50 games from my backlog. And I've been making really good progress on that this week. So without further ado, let's get into it and see what I've been doing this week. Looking at the games I played this week and the trophies I've been earning, started off with last Saturday where I was extremely busy and didn't have much gaming time, but I have to get a trophy every single day for the Ultimate Trophy Hunters Challenge, so I loaded up one of the games in my backlog, Splatter, and managed to get that trophy. Then on the Sunday, again I was out most of the day, but I managed to get a few more trophies on Splatter. Then on Monday evenings, I normally have a Call of Duty co-op session for zombies, but I was out Monday evening picking up my wife and daughter from Heathrow Airport as they returned from a trip. So we moved that session to the Sunday night instead. And I'm happy to say that on the Sunday evening, we actually managed to get the final trophy we needed on the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare for DLC number 4. And that makes 100% completion for that game now. And we moved straight over to Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on the PS3 and managed to knock out a bunch of the DLC 4 trophies on that one as well. Then on the Monday I went back to the Spiral Splatter and managed to get the platinum on that before going off to the airport to pick up my wife. Also, I started Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on the PS3 solo campaign, as I hadn't actually played that so far and I've just been doing the zombies on it, and I managed to actually get the platinum on that as well, and that is now all done. So I've only got 3 trophies remaining on the PS3 stack of Advanced Warfare to get 100% on that as well, which would be then another game off of my backlog. Also, after completing that, being in the mood for Spiral Splatter and having secured the platinum on the PS4, I decided to boot up the Vita version, as that was also on my backlog, and decided to clean that up and went through to get the platinum on that as well. And then today, still need to get a trophy for today. I'm filming this on Saturday, the day before you're watching it, and I picked another game up from my backlog, which is 000 Ascension, and I've just earned 3 trophies on that, which is now leaves 1 trophy remaining for the platinum, so I'll be looking to try and complete that during this week. But it's another difficult game and essentially depends on how long it takes to get through that one. So that's all the trophies I've been earning. Looking at my trophy statistics, I've now earned 40 platinums this year, so that's a total of 289. I've got 263 golds this year, bringing my total to 1,688. I've earned 333 silver this year, bringing it up to 3,306, and earned 644 bronze, bringing it up to 7,442. I've got 4 ultra rare platinums, so that's a total of 38 now, and I've earned 34 ultra rare trophies, bringing my count up to 382. Currently my trophy streak is 151 days, and my completion percentage increase is now 82.67% in total. That's an increase this year of 5.27%. And you can see below, these are the games that I've been cleaning up on my backlog, and I've got one more game to complete, which would be the Call of Duty Advanced Warfare on the PS3, which is just those last 3 DLC trophies remaining, and that will then be 20 games knocked off of my backlog, and I need to complete 50 this year for my challenge. Spiral Splatter is a fun little puzzle arcade game developed by Neon Chimp Games that tests your hand-eye coordination as you navigate a small ball through a series of holes and passages, while also being required to press buttons and avoid traps as you solve how to escape each of the 106 ever increasingly difficult levels. To earn the platinum, you need to earn 3 stars on every level, with the number of stars being awarded based on how quickly you complete the level. It's regarded as a 3 out of 10 difficulty on the PS4 and a 5 out of 10 difficulty on the Vita. They are, however, the same game, so the difference in difficulty comes from 2 factors. The first being that the Vita's much smaller thumbsticks make it harder on some levels to achieve the level of precision required, and secondly, due to the fact that on occasion the Vita version can suffer from a drop in frame rates, which can easily mess up an attempt. I found the game fun and entertaining considering its simplicity, and a handful of levels did prove to be fairly challenging, especially on the Vita version, so I'm glad to have both stacks now busted from my backlog. Now, as much as playing video games is probably my number one hobby, and especially PlayStation trophy hunting, I do think it's important to have a number of different hobbies to sort of help deal with the stresses in life, and I thought I'd just take a quick minute to share with you some of my other passions. The first being film. I watch a lot of movies, and this week I watched Alien Romulus for the second time, as I saw it last year at the cinema, but my wife had not seen it, so we decided to relax and watch that together. Also, another passion of mine is scuba diving. I'm a rescue diver and master scuba diver, and I love nothing more than just going off for a dive and the peace and tranquility that comes with that. Another passion of mine is football, or to you people across the pond in the US, soccer. And the team I support, Charlton Athletic, were actually in the playoff finals last weekend, which is the trophy I was alluding to at the beginning of the vlog. And I'm happy to say that yes, we went to Wembley and watched them, and we got promoted to the championship. So football's always been a very sociable thing for me, and I was very lucky to have shared the day with so many of my close friends and family. One lifelong friend, Boggy B, who's actually one of my Patreon supporters. And I just want to show you one small clip of the day that just sums up the enjoyment we had. Well, it's that time of the week again where I answer some questions from the community, and the first question comes from Sebibro, and it's, when am I planning to get on the pinball craze, which is something that's become a bit of a meme in the Discord server. So Sebi, before I answer your question, I probably ought to explain what is the pinball craze, and also I think I'm probably the one that's responsible for it in the first place, albeit indirectly. So this year, a number of us in the server are taking part in what we're calling the Ultimate Trophy Hunters Challenge. And one of the challenges in there is to complete or earn a platinum in every single gaming genre as per PSN profiles. One of those genres is pinball. And a few of us decided to get our pinball game out of the way nice and early in the year. I myself did Jurassic Pinball, and it was a fairly sort of short, easy platinum. Took just over an hour or so. Nothing really tricky except one trophy in it to get a multi-ball, but got that and moved on. However, being that the trophies initially were so quick and easy to get, just to start the game up and start getting a few points, one of our community members, Vidbacker, thought this was a good way to keep the daily streak alive. So another challenge is you have to earn a trophy every single day of the year. And sometimes the pressure of trying to get a trophy, certainly in games where they don't know when the next one will come, can get quite intense. And to make sure that you don't forget to earn one, especially if other things like life gets in the way, Vidbacker got into the habit of, when he finished gaming for the night, usually after midnight, popping in one of the pinball games, earning a very quick trophy just to keep the streak alive, and then essentially just sort of moving on and playing other games. And then over a period of a few weeks, there was quite a few pinball games started on his account, and then realised that, well, actually another of the challenges is to complete a gaming series, and decided that actually if I'm going to be playing a lot of these pinball games to just keep my daily streak alive, then I may as well try and complete all of them as well to complete the game series. However, there's a number of different game series that you can do for pinball, and one of which is the one that he started working on, has got 46 different games in it. And this is where the meme comes in, because there are so many games in there. Essentially, he's now going to have to complete all of them to make sure not only he's got the game series done, but that he doesn't harm his backlog completion percentage. So essentially, another challenge is that we have to increase our completion percentage by 10% over the year. And of course, every game you start up, if you don't then complete it, can actually have a negative impact on that and reduce it. So Vidback has sort of committed himself to actually having to complete this series. And as you can see, he's been working through them, and there are like 46 games, a number of them, and essentially he has got 100% on lots of them now and still working on others. And although there are some that are fairly easy, some of them are particularly difficult and have some very, very tricky trophies on them. So he's left himself a bit of a sort of hill to climb to complete the whole series due to some of those tricky trophies that are in there. But he's now sort of adopted the sort of moniker in the server as the Pinball Wizard. So to answer your question, Sebi Bro, no, I'm not going to be jumping on the pinball craze right now. And there's one simple reason for that. And that is, obviously, doing this challenge is really, for me, to provide good content for everybody to watch. Now, obviously, people like Vidbacker, they're just doing the challenge for themselves. They're not making content off of the challenge. So it doesn't matter so much what games they're playing, as long as they're sort of meeting the criteria of the challenge. However, for me, I don't want to be putting out content that is the same type of game every single week. That would become very boring very quickly from the perspective of someone watching the content. So for that reason alone, I'm not going to be jumping on the pinball craze this year. And essentially, I do enjoy the pinball games, and there are some fantastic games out there. There's some challenges out there, and there's also some, very tricky trophies to be had in it. It's a game series that I probably will go for at some point in the future, but for this year, purely because I'm trying to create very entertaining content off of the basis of the games I'm playing and the trophies I'm earning this year, I don't want to spend that much time on one type of game. Pinball's enjoyable, but it's quite a repetitive, and certainly from watching someone play, it's one of the genres that's probably the least enjoyable to watch someone play. So from that perspective alone, me this year is just going to be trying to focus on games that are more sort of suitable to show people and for people to enjoy watching me take on and go for. So I hope that answers your question, and I know that there are a few people in the server that have been bitten by the sort of like pinball bug and have gone down that rabbit hole, and I hope they enjoy it, and I will probably join them sometime next year. But for this year, it's all about trying to make the content as enjoyable to watch as possible. This week's second question comes from Wooly. Would you consider doing another game on the scale of Elite Dangerous, Fortnite, ESO, etc.? So the short answer is yes, I would, Wooly. It depends on the game though. So Elite Dangerous, I put in thousands and thousands of hours into that game, way beyond any requirement to get all the trophies. Now it's my proudest platinum at 100% and rarest at 0.28% for the platinum and 0.16% for the 100%. And I'm actually the 29th achiever of the 100%, which is another statistic I'm very proud of. But the point is, I only did that because I enjoyed the game so much and I was so invested in the game. And if a game captures my attention to that level, then I would consider doing that. So Fortnite, definitely not. I don't particularly like battle royale games, so I'm just not invested enough in that game mode to even attempt playing something like that for more than a few hours, let alone for the thousands of hours of commitment to a game of that magnitude. However, something like ESO definitely would sort of appeal to me, and it's a sort of world that I would enjoy getting invested in. So I'm pretty sure at some point I probably will go for the ESO sort of like experience. I wouldn't play it for the trophies. I wouldn't be going into that thinking I'm going to get the platinum on this. I'll take whatever trophies come my way, of course. I'm a trophy hunter. But starting a game of that magnitude would be because I want to play the game more than anything else, and whatever comes with it is what I would get from it. The enjoyment of playing the game, the people I play with, that's where I would sort of get the fulfillment from it, not the trophies, so to speak. So I hope that answers your question. I just want to say a very big thank you to the gaming legends you can currently see on screen, who are my Patreon supporters. For as little as the price of a cup of coffee every month, you can gain access to my Discord community, and also all proceeds are reinvested back into the channel to help me improve and provide much higher quality content in the future. So if it's something that you're interested in supporting the channel this way, then please follow the link in the description. All support is greatly appreciated. Let's get back to the content. Regular viewers of the channel will know all about my Ultimate Trophy Hunters challenge that I'm taking on this year, along with some of my Discord community members. If you're not aware of the challenge, then please do follow the link in the description for a video explaining everything about it. So also, I'm aware that there are other people out there that are also taking on this challenge, and one such person who I know from a number of different Discord communities, and also someone that leaves comments on pretty much every single one of my videos, is doing the challenge, and they've adapted it very slightly, which I'll explain why in a minute. So let's have a look at what he's been doing and see how he's getting on. So taking a look at his profile for Topher, he's currently at 38% of the platinums to be completed. He's at 50% for the gold and silver trophies and 35% for the bronze trophies. Then we come to the unique challenge that he set himself. This is replacing the earn a trophy every single day of the year challenge that I've got for myself. And he's replaced it with platinum a 40-hour game as my 40th platinum of the year on June 13th, his 40th birthday. So that's quite a unique challenge, and I hope in a week or so's time, or 2 weeks time, he manages to successfully do that challenge. Then looking at the alphabets for the game name, he's got 51%. For the platinum name, he's at 40%. The game series, none completed yet. The difficulty list, he's got 6 of the 10 done. The reach 100% completion at some point during the year is replacing the increase the completion percentage by 10%, and it's obvious as to why, because you can see his completion percentage is already at 98.39%, so he can't increase it by sort of 10%. So what he's done is he's set the point of at some point in the year he has to achieve 100% completion. For the other challenges, he's adapted the one where I'm earning a platinum in every type of console, reduced it from the 11 that I'm doing down to 6, and he's got 5 of those done. I think the ones he's missing are the VR, the VR2, the Wonder Book, that sort of thing. So essentially he's adapted it slightly just to make it a bit more amenable to what he's got access to. The genre theme list, he's already at over 50% of that already, and he's got earned The Witcher 3 as his 400th platinum as another unique challenge to him. The 100% on 10 games with no platinum, he's already got 2 of those done, and complete each game length 1 hour to 100 hours in units of 10 hours. And you need a max 5% completion if it's on your backlog. He's got half of those done with 5 already. The ultra rare platinums and ultra rare trophies, he's yet to sort of make too much indents into that, with only 4% of the trophies done. Looking at the special trophies, He's got the one for being the first 100 people to obtain a platinum on a game. He's got the 2 platinums for the same game on different consoles and 2 platinums for the same game on different regions, all completed. He's not completed the oldest game in his backlog as yet. That is still obtainable, of course. And earning the platinum on a game that has a different difficulty rating between PSN profiles and PS trophies. He's completed that. Not done a co-op game, but he has done the free monthly PS Plus game the month it was given out. Plus, so far, all of the special dates have been met with various different games. So having a quick look at the overall trophy challenge, it looks like the game that he picked for the PS Plus monthly was a Stanley Parable. The difficulty ratings was high on life, same as one that I did. Different regions, he's done Arietta of Spirits. The different consoles, he's done Doki Doki Literature Club. And first 100 platinum achievers was Game Deck. Looking at the game series completed, he hasn't got them yet, but he's looking at doing Outlast, Siphon Filter, God of War, Last of Us and The Escapists. Looking at his games coming up for the special dates, looking at doing United Assault Normandy 44 for D-Day, Last of Us Part 2 for Independence Day, Outer Wilds for Back to the Future Day, Silent Hill 2 or the Outlast Trials for Halloween, Jack 2 for Guy Fawkes Day, Tekken Tag Tournament for Thanksgiving, and Cyberpunk 2077 for Christmas Day. And if we just switch over to his PSN Profiles account, we can actually see he's at 98.55% completion so far. Not many games that he needs to clean up, but there's still a few. 13 games I think he needs to get completed. We can have a very quick look at what he's got as a task. So he's working on the Saboteur at the moment, and he looks like he's got Zombie Driver Immortal Edition, Dead by Daylight Set 3 and Dead by Daylight Normal. I believe he must have the unobtainable trophies already because it's only 98%. I think it's just DLC that comes out. The United Assault Normandy 44. This is something that he's got lined up, I believe, so he's just got to pop the last trophy for the platinum on D-Day. He's got WWE 2K25, Borderlands 3, Dying Light 2 Stay Human, Jump King, that's probably the most difficult game on his list, Final Fantasy 16, Alan Wake, and that looks like he's only got one sort of trophy left on that one, Remnant from the Ashes, and Jurassic World Evolution. So still got quite a task because he's got some very difficult and still some very grindy games to get cleaned up to be able to get that 100% completion. So good luck, Topher. I wish you well, and please keep us updated. So that's it for another week's vlog. I really hope you enjoyed the content, and please do consider dropping a like and subscribe if you haven't already done so. It really does make a big difference to help me grow the channel and is greatly appreciated. And as always, please do leave a comment. I love reading them and reply to every single one. So let me know what games you're playing, what trophies you've been earning, or if you've got any suggestions for future content you'd like to see, then put it in the comments and I will see what I can do. So with that being said, enjoy your games, take care and look after yourselves.